Life is dull, it's nothing but one big lull. Then presto, you do a skull and find that you're reeling. She sighs and you're feeling like the toy on a string. And your heart goes ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding.
Okay, I think I know what the problem was. It's not enough to just be a VIP around here and still act like a normal human being. That's unsettling to these people. Now, I need to be as pretentious as well. Or at least pretend to be. So, here we go. Make way, everybody. The high roller is coming through. Make way. You guys see the suit I'm wearing? That means I am now officially better than anyone without a suit, and I can therefore act accordingly. Now make way. I hope that mess from earlier is cleaned away by now. I know I made it, but I'm too important to be held responsible. Make way. What do you think, Eddie? Too much? Not enough? What do you mean I sound exactly like before? Oh, fuck off. You do realize I'm trying to blend in, right? I mean, who's gonna suspect that a guy in a gambler suit will have the intention to commit murder? The intention to commit fraud, maybe, but it's a hell of a lot better than me acting and dressing like a Van Graff mercenary. Good grief, look at this place.
It's hard to sleep in this place, I tell you. Last night, some girl was pounding on my door all night. Finally, I had to let her out. What?
Oh god, another
I
comedian.
hear James Garrett drove 5,000 head of Brahmin to New Reno. No bodies, just the heads. I had dinner at the Ultra Lux the other night. I told them my steak tastes funny. They said it was a clown. I ate a person.
Okay, well, I think that's my cue to leave. Honestly, what is it with Vegas and bad comedians? I guess if I was locked up in a room and I had to choose between this guy and the ghoul from earlier, then I would choose the former. At least I can tell he is trying to tell jokes, not trying to see how long it takes to get shot in a less than reputable establishment. So this must be the tops. Well, it's certainly flashy, I'll give it that. Subtlety is apparently a very exotic concept to the chairman. I wonder if they dress accordingly as well. Maybe brightly colored clown outfits. Ease off the laser for now, okay?
Hey, fellow, welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino. I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over any weapons you might be carrying.
Why would I do that? Are you eyeballing my piece there, punk?
Security, baby. Can't make the bread if the bakers are full of lead. You dig it? Don't worry, you're safe as houses in here. Courtesy of Mr. House.
Just so you know, these are not weapons, they're medication. Alright, I have a condition where if I don't hold on to them, I'm more likely to get shot no matter where I am. It's preventative medicine, you understand? Who am I kidding? Just take them already.
Smooth and easy, just the way I like it. Don't worry, they'll be as safe as kittens till you're ready to leave. Oh, and a friendly word of advice. If you happen to stumble across any weapons during your stay here, well, just don't wear them openly. You dig? Now that we got that little business out of the way, what can I do to make your Tops experience the tops?
Wow, you don't have much confidence in your own security system, do you? Accidentally stumble across weapons. Even the NCR camps are more secure than that, and they're pretty bad already. Alright, so where do I leave them?
Hello?
Are you gonna tag these?
Hey there, pal. Welcome to the Tops. And what can I do for you today?
Yeah. Save the introduction and get these weapons labeled. If you misplace these, I swear to God I will get you fired, and then I will set you on fire the moment you step outside.
Ain't been on the strip long, have you, pal? Name's Swank. This is my joint.
Oh, really? In that case, you have even less excuses. Christ, was I supposed to be intimidated by that? I won't bore you with the details, buddy, but suffice to say, you have to do a lot better than that to make me sweat. Just ask the guy outside that Gomorrah place. Besides, I've been here long enough to know that this is Benny's joint.
Benny oversees the business, sure, but I run the Tops day to day. I'm his right-hand guy, you dig?
I left my shovel behind, so no. God, I sure hope this gangster gimmick of yours isn't the only attraction you have around here. They've already got something like that at the Vicky Advance, and they have an actual car on display. What else have you got?
The Tops? Yeah, sure, you want the nickel tour? Old Swank's happy to oblige. We got everything you could want. Slot machines in the back, cards and roulette in the front, fine entertainment upstairs in the Aces Theater. And all with your security personally guaranteed by the chairman and Mr. House's own Securitron police. It's the Tops.
But no car. Well, it's only gonna be a matter of time, so I might as well get this over with. You need to improve all of this somehow. You might not know how exactly. Hell, you might not even think you need to. But now that I'm here, something is gonna get done, and I'll get paid next to nothing for it. Trust me, I've been through this routine way too many times already.
You might have a jaw at Tommy Torini up in the Aces. He's always looking for talent scouts.
You see what I mean, Eddie? Every time I go somewhere new, they're having some kind of problem that only I can solve. Well, you better remember this when you really take over the chairman, buddy. If you want my continued support, that is. Benny certainly won't be, but the funny thing is, I don't actually give a crap what he thinks, and pretty soon, no one else will either.
Really? You got something to say about the big boss, huh? Well, why don't you say it to his face instead of yapping at me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I getting ahead of myself there? Yeah, I thought you should probably know that I'm gonna be killing Benny pretty soon. But don't worry, despite my usual MO, there are actually good reasons for that.
Huh? What are you talking about?
And now he's starting to pay attention. Well, I'm gonna tell you a story all about how your life is gonna get turned upside down. So start listening and get it through your head, cause your boss stole my package and left me for dead.
That doesn't... Why would he pull a stunt like that? Got anything else to offer?
Oh, I came prepared. At the Mojave Express, House made his order. Should have been a day's trek to get to the border, but that bastard Benny hired some cons and camped out at Good Springs. Ambushed me, took the shit, made it look like a random killing.
He's trying to pull a fast one on the big man. Crazy bastard. You got any more?
No, I'm not obliged to tell you anything else. Plus, I'm running out of rhymes. It was the only way I could think of to keep you dumb shits focused. Bottom line is, he's stealing from House, knowing full well who that stuff belongs to.
Jesus, kid, I think we got a real problem on our hands. Can't believe Benny's a no-good stinking punk, trying to play house like that. Tell you what, I'll call Benny, keep him away from his suite. You go search the place. Here's the key, it's on the 13th floor. It's a room with the double doors, can't miss it. Maybe you'll find something we can show to Mr. House and get him arrested.
Arrested? Yeah, evidently you weren't paying attention when I used the word killing. But hey, you go ahead and believe whatever fairy tale you want to believe. It's all the same to me. And if it's any consolation, House will probably have him killed anyway. On the bright side, your career prospects just got a lot brighter.
Groovy, here's your stuff back. In case you run into company, you dig. I'll tell the boys to give you a pass to pack some heat. Go on then. Elevators to pass the slot machines on your left.
Wow, I guess you're not so harmless after all. You want to be careful there, or else House will start to keep tabs on you, if you know what I mean.
Hello?
Oh yes, that was absolutely part of my plan. I knew right from the start security will take away all of my weapons, only to return them to me once I'm done talking. I'm a grade A chess master, I am. Yeah, even I can't bullshit that one. I have to say, this place is not as crowded as I thought it would be. I mean, fine, the night is still young, but what's the cost of running a casino these days? They need every single one of these tables packed to turn a decent profit. I mean, look at this. I can count the number of patrons here with one hand. Even the Atomic Wranglers had more customers than this. It's the gangster attitude, I bet you.
This place is the bee's knees.
Well, congratulations, sister, because you're one of the very few people out there appreciating all this. It's an exclusive club.
The broads are better looking at Gamora.
Ah, well, that explains it. When in doubt, use scantily clad young women. It doesn't get much more basic than that. For the last time, I don't need the rest of the team here. It's hard enough trying to stay inconspicuous with you flying around. I'm surprised they even let you in through the front door, honestly. You could have been a bomb for all they knew. Oh Christ, what now? Elevators out of order? Swank, you incompetent prick. Don't tell me he didn't know about this. So much for that guy running the place. First the pathetic number of customers and now this? He's useless. I'm starting to think a change in management will do this place some good. I'll start with Benny and then I'll think about... Oh. Well, not a very specific sign, it turns out. No, your job is to record everything for my future enjoyment. This is personal, okay? Nobody gets to kill this guy apart from me. I've waited too long for this moment. Now, of course, if he gets his cronies to fight for him, then by all means, set them on fire. But Benny is mine, got it? Man, I sure hope those guys didn't hear that. Don't mind me, I'm just a very well-dressed janitor. What can I say? This job pays really well. But get in here! Whoa, that was close. Way too close. So, this is Benny's room, huh? Well, it's big, I'll say that much. Although you can't truly be a gangster boss without a walk-in meat locker with at least one dead body in it. I have no idea what I'm looking for. Worst case scenario, I'll just wait for him to get back and stab him like one of those horror stories. I have a knife, I just need a mask to complete the picture. Well, that is a perfectly reasonable thing to have in a hotel room. I mean, God, what kind of a loser would you be without one of these in your closet, right?
Hey! Hi there! Good to meet you. What can I do for you today?
Well, you can start by not attacking us. I don't think your boss would appreciate his personal space getting demolished. Wait a minute. House never mentioned the casinos having their own Securitrons. What the hell are you doing here?
Good question. My function is to monitor Mr. House's data network and decode his encrypted transmissions. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a PDQ-88B Securitron, but you can call me Yes Man.
Okay, somehow I don't think that's your official production name. Unless the marketing department was having a particularly bad day.
It's what Benny always called me. Probably because I'm programmed to be so helpful.
Now that does sound more like a marketing line. When you say programmed, I think you mean hacked. I don't think House would deliberately program one of his killing machines to act like, well, you. Having said that, he does have one programmed like his ex-lover, but never mind. I didn't think Benny was a hacker.
Oh, he had some help. A lady friend of his. She said something about living in a fort over in Freeside. But that's all I remember.
Whoa there! Are you telling me the followers of the apocalypse are involved? Holy shit, I knew it! The pacifists are taking over! Well, this should be decent blackmail material if I ever need it, and considering the shit I get up to, it's more when than if. I'm assuming she helped him set up this whole place as well.
This is Benny's workshop. When the tops got renovated, he had this half of the floor blocked off for his own use. I guess you could say it's my entire world. I don't think I've ever left this room, but that's okay. I'm not complaining.
Well, please do, because your attitude is starting to disturb me. And speaking of Benny, where is that slimy bastard?
He was around here not too long ago. He's probably down on the casino floor now. You can wait for him here if you like. I'm incapable of asking you to leave.
He disabled your weapons, huh? Big surprise. Eddie, I guess you're still technically the most deadly robot here. So, you must be part of this whole scheme, right? Did Benny show you the platinum chip yet? House is being tight-lipped about it. Again, big surprise. But you want to tell me all about it, don't you?
Sure. Benny had me look at it a bunch of times. It's a data storage device, kind of like a holotape, but a lot more advanced. As for what's on it, well, some of Mr. House's data transmissions made it sound like the chip could upgrade his defenses somehow. That's just a guess, though. The chip's a proprietary format. You need special hardware to read the data on it. There are 2 locations with non-standard hardware on the network. The Lucky 38 and an underground facility at Fortification Hill. I'd look there.
Fortification Hill? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that place is difficult to get into. And what the hell did Benny plan to do with this super upgrade? It can only make House stronger, surely.
Oh, he wants to kill Mr. House and use the platinum chip to copy my neurocomputational matrix onto the Lucky 38's mainframe. That should give me control over all Mr. House's defenses, most prominently his Securitrons. And then I just do what Benny tells me. Easy peasy!
Wow, that is somehow both really smart and incredibly insane. Either way, it doesn't sound like the sort of plan he would make when he is sober. So, on top of being incapable of asking me to leave, you are also incapable of keeping your mechanical mouth shut, which I have to say is very convenient.
I was programmed to be helpful and answer any questions I was asked. I guess nobody bothered to restrict who I answer questions for. That was probably pretty dumb, huh?
Oh yes, I would say so. And we're not helping the situation by recording everything that's being said right now. Isn't that right, Eddie? Yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation. But hey, at least if something was to happen to Benny, and we decided to take over the plan in his place...
Then I'd have to help you. I mean, it seems pretty obvious Benny wouldn't want me to, but hey, not my fault I can't say no.
You know what? I think this is gonna be the start of a beautiful friendship. In fact, just in case we really do have to take over the plan, heaven forbid, why don't we go through it all in detail right now? You can't be too prepared, right?
Again, goal number 1 is to eliminate Mr. House and install my neurocomputational matrix on the Lucky 38's mainframe. Given how you're a new arrival, I also recommend that you get to know some of the region's tribes, so you can decide how you feel about them. By the time you finished up all of that, the Legion should be close to attacking Hoover Dam, and we'll execute the last phase of the plan.
That sounds reasonable enough. And let's say if Mr. House suddenly developed the rather unfortunate urge to retire, how might that happen?
It makes me feel really dumb to admit this, but I don't actually know. I've never been inside the Lucky 38. No one has. Mr. House is in there, though. It's the central node of his entire network.
Oh, come on now. If you want to maintain this mutually beneficial relationship of ours, you're gonna need to give me some new info, because I have been inside that place already. His giant screen flickers about as much as yours, by the way.
You have? Wow, that's amazing. You can murder Mr. House whenever you want. I mean, Benny was always scheming about how he was going to get into the Lucky 38, but you already took care of that. Wow. The other thing you're going to need is the platinum chip. You know, the one Benny killed a courier for over near Good Springs.
Oh, did he now? No, surely not. Who was this poor bastard that had to eat lead for this plan to work? You do know who that was, right?
I knew he was carrying a platinum chip, and I knew right where Benny should wait for him. That's why Benny put me here, to monitor Mr. House's data transmissions. They're all encrypted, of course, but I'm quite a decryptor. Did you know that Mr. House spent 812,545 caps hiring salvage teams to find the platinum chip? Just in the last year alone? Of course you didn't. Or that there were 7 couriers, but 6 of them were carrying junk. How about their exact routes and the mercenary teams that screened them? I knew all that. Pretty smart, huh?
Yes, indeed. Although, despite all of that, you clearly didn't know what that courier looked like. Let me give you a clue here. He looks rather like me. So much so that you can say we're literally the same fucking guy.
I know that's not true, because you still have a head.
And if you don't change your mind in the next few seconds, I might just have to prove it to you. You see, that's the problem with robots like you. You can have all the information in the world, but you can never truly grasp the concept of shit coming back to bite you.
That's not funny, you getting shot in the head. I really shouldn't have taken so much pride in how I set that up, huh? I feel really bad right now.
Well, you certainly don't sound like it. If I was somehow even pettier than I already am, I would show you exactly how funny it is to get shot in the head. But I don't blame the tool, I blame the guy using it. So why don't you keep convincing me that you really are just a tool, and tell me where the chip is right now?
Benny carries it with him at all times. I think he's paranoid that someone might want to take it from him. The platinum chip is the key to overriding and exploiting Mr. House's defenses. Did I just say exploiting? That's not a very nice word.
Nor are the words cold-blooded murder, but I'm certainly gonna be applying that to a few people. So, once I get this chip, then what?
I'd take it straight to Mr. House if I were you. He'll think you're helping him out. Then, when he's not looking, kerpow! The big question is whether to give him the chip before you do him in. He's the one who'll know exactly what to do with it after all. He might upgrade his defensive capabilities right away, or even unlock new ones. But then those defensive upgrades might make it harder for you to finish him off. Hard to say. It's up to you. Let me know when it's done and I'll roll over to the Lucky 38. If I'm right about the chip, I should be able to install myself on House's mainframe. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna help you accomplish so much, whether I want to or not.
Oh, you're gonna want to, trust me. Regardless of what happens, it's always a good idea to either help me or stay out of my way. It really doesn't get much simpler than that, and I do hope whoever's occupying that fortification hill place understands it as much as you do.
Right! It's one of 2 locations on Mr. House's network with non-standard hardware. My guess is it has a reader that can decode the chip. And who knows what else, maybe a giant robot or something.
Well, that certainly would explain the hill part, but hey, once I'm done with Benny, I'm sure I'll have plenty of spare time to check this place out.
Neat. Let me know what you find out.
Well, this has certainly been an enlightening evening. 3 separate powers all trying to grab whatever they can, none of them knowing that a wild card is hiding beneath the sand. Well, Eddie, forget recording the confrontation. Do whatever you need to do to link up with Yes Man over here. I think it's time I stop hoarding and start investing.
Hope to see you soon.
I didn't say anything about betrayal. This is gonna be an insurance policy. Besides, by the time I'm done fighting Benny, assuming it's gonna be as epic as it should be, I'll be too worn out to try and rule anything anyway. Now then, it's time to pay a little visit to my friend downstairs. This has got to be a world record for the longest time it took for a boomerang to fly back and clobber the guy in the head.